guys and gals, welcome back to the channel, where today we're going to show you how to replace the fuel pump on your E30. So here is what our external fuel pump looks like. Back here is where your old external fuel pump is. So we're going to need to replace this old one with this new one. So the first thing you want to do is make sure that you fully disconnect your battery. To do this job, you ideally want to have an empty tank. If you don't have an empty tank, you're going to want to have a receptacle to catch the fuel that's going to come out. To start, we've got 3 tin mils. We've got one here, and one back up here. So you'll need a variety of 10 mil extensions. Okay, and there's also another 10 mil right up here. We're going to take a flathead and remove this clamp. And then we're going to pull this hose off and drain out the fuel. And then make sure to get that if it falls out on the floor. So then we're going to snip this off there to be able to remove the whole unit. And some more fuel, it's probably going to come out of there. But here is the unit, and we will just remove the wires from the back. All right, so before you disconnect these, you obviously want to make sure your battery is disconnected before you get started, but you want to take note of the wires. Here you can see we've got our positive over here, and we've got the gray wire going to the positive. Over here we've got a little stamped in negative, and we've got our reddish brown wire going to the negative. Okay, so we'll remove that one. Now we'll remove that one. Take those terminals off. So now we have a unit that's a lot easier to work on. Here you can see we've got the unit that we took out of the car. So in the car it was sitting like this, and then we're going to go ahead and just remove this one and replace it with our nice new pump. So you can see it's going to sit like that in the bracket. First thing we're going to do is we're going to look at our terminals here and mark on this bracket which side's which. You might be able to see there, that's got a negative, and then on this side down in here, which is hard to see, it's got a positive. So we're going to go ahead and mark the negative up here. Here, here. So we know that this is our negative side. There we go. Slide this out here. All right, the old one and the new one. So we're going to want to look on the new one. It's hard to see, we've got a positive on there. And maybe you can see it here. So here we've got positive marked there and negative marked here. So we're going to line it up here the same. So this is our negative. So we want it aligned like this. So we'll just mark that real quick so we don't get here and down here. We've got to mark the same so we can reinstall it correctly. So I'm going to slide it in like that. And we've got this piece. And that's going to hook into there. You've got a bolt that goes through the bottom, and then a washer, and the nut. Okay, so now we can get our lines lined up again, and you can see our line here, so we're good to go. onto that. And now we're ready to reinstall our new unit in the vehicle. All right, so we could technically go ahead and reinstall it with the old terminals, but because we have new ones, we're going to go ahead and replace these as well. So in our case, the small one on the right is for the positive and the large one's for the negative. So for this particular vehicle, we are going to put the small one on the gray wire and the big one on the other wire. All right, so you can see we cleaned up our wires a little bit and put boots on. So we'll go ahead and install our fuel pump. Okay, so this is going to sit in there. Okay, so we'll go ahead and do this side. Put on our washer. Get our terminal on. Then another washer. And then our nut. Tighten that. And I'll go ahead. I'm going to do the other side, so that's going to be that smaller size. Alright, so now within our wires, we can pull the cap off. Start putting our nuts back on to hold everything in. Alright. This piece here. Okay, put our washer and our nut. Okay, and then you've got that 10 mil top one. And then I'll put that back on. Okay, and then I need a flathead on there. I'm going to go through and make sure all of our hose clips are tight. Once you finish installing your new fuel pump, you can go ahead, reconnect the battery, close the kill switch, and we'll go ahead and turn the car on and see if we did a good job. Once you've confirmed that there are no leaks, you should be good to go. Alright guys and gals, thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, please hit like and subscribe, and we'll catch you back in the next one. See ya.